ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। सा गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात् कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। अथ नवमोऽध्यायः।
अथ नवमोऽध्यायः।
श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
We will see from the shloka number 7 because we have some gap from here to 11th shloka. I think we saw the last class. Yes. Let us chant from here. 7th shloka. सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकाम्
सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय
प्रकृतिं
प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकाम्
कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्।
कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्।
प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः।
प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः।
भूतग्राममिमं कृत्स्नमवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात्।
भूतग्राममिमं कृत्स्नं मवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात्।
न च मां तानि कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय।
न च मां तानि कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय।
उदासीनवदासीनमसक्तं तेषु कर्मसु।
उदासीनवदासीनमसक्तं तेषु कर्मसु।
मयाध्यक्षेण प्रकृतिः सूयते सचराचरम्।
मयाध्यक्षेण प्रकृतिः सूयते सचराचरम्।
हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय जगद्विपरिवर्तते।
हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय जगद्विपरिवर्तते।
अवजानन्ति मां मूढा मानुषीं तनुमाश्रितम्।
अवजानन्ति मां मूढा मानुषीं तनुमाश्रितम्।
परं भावमजानन्तो मम भूतमहेश्वरम्।
परं भावमजानन्तो मम भूतमहेश्वरम्।
We saw the first three shloka being the introduction, where Bhagavan promises that he would teach his Raja Vidya. And the Raja Vidya is this Brahma Vidya that is Brahma Satyam Jagan Nitya. Jivaha Brahma Yava Paraha. Vatstani Sarvabhutani Nachaham Teshvavastitaha Nachavatstani Bhutani. Knowledge. That is a knowledge. So everything is myself, Brahma Eva, Ishvaraha Eva. Mama Yogam Aishwaram Pashya Iti. Then from the fourth shloka onwards, in fact, up to the 10th shloka, Ishvara Swarupam. We know we are in the second Shatka, Madhyama Shatka. Madhyama Shatka deals with Ishvara. So Ishvara Swarupam. 7th chapter we saw Ishvara. Swarupam Prakriti, Apara Prakriti, Para Prakriti. And here also it is talked about. Ishvara Swarupam is talked about. Nirguna Brahma Swarupam. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagata vyakta murtina. Jagat avyakta murtina. Avyakta. Nirgunam. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat sarvam jagat avyakta murtina. Avyakta murti. Avyakta murti means murti is form. Avyakta murti. It is contradiction. Murti is form. Avyakta is not vyakta. Vyakta is that which is available for the perception of sense organs. Indriya gocharam is what is called vyakta. Vyakta, manifest. Therefore, it is available for your perception. Avyakta is that it is indriya agocharam, not available for sensory perception. And murti. Therefore, what is the meaning of murti? Murti means swarupam ityartaha. So murti means swarupam. Avyakta murti means that swarupam of Ishvara, which is avyakta, indriya agocharam. It is avyakta murti. The formless. If it is a form, then it is available for perception. Not only form. Shabdam, asparsha, rupam, agandham, abhiyam. So indriya agocharam. Indriya agocharam, that is my swarupam. It means what swarupa it is. Paraprakriti it is. 7th chapter Bhagavan, we told the two prakriti, vidha prakriti, prakriti dvayam. Prakriti Dvayam, by nature, it can be divided into two Prakriti. Para Prakriti, Apara Prakriti. Iti. Apareya, Pareya Mitastanyam Prakritim Vidhi Me Param, Param Prakriti. Jiva Bhutam Mahabaho Yayedam Dharyate Jagatu. That is Para Prakriti. Bhumirapo Nalo Vayu Khammano Buddhirevacha Ahankara Iti Yemme Bhinna Prakriti Ashtada Bhavati. That is Apara Prakriti. Then Bhagavan said, may you know my other Prakriti, which is Para Prakriti. Apara, Apareya, Apara, Itaha Apara. To Anyam Prakritim, Param Prakritim Vidhi. That Para Prakriti is the higher nature, that is Nirguna Brahma Swarupam, which is Indriya Gocharam, that is what is referred to by the word Avyakta Murti. In the temple, we worship the Murti, Dakshina Murti, Dakshinascha Aso Murti, Dakshinascha Aso Amurti. The compound, Dakshina Abhimukha Murti, that is one. Dakshina Abhimukha Murti, Madhyama Padalopa Samasa. The one who faces the southern direction, Dakshina Abhimukha Murti. Dakshinascha Aso Amurti it is. Dakshinaha is capable, is dexterous, and is Amurti. The Amurti without form, doesn't have form. So he is capable of creating this entire Jagat. He is Bhagavan, Bhagavah Asya Asti iti Bhagavan. Sampurna Jnanam, Sampurna Vairagyam, Sampurna strength. Aishvaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashasasya Jnana Vairagyosya Shanna Bhaga iti Rana. That Bhaga, sixfold virtues are completely present. So Bhagavan. So Dakshinaha, that's called Dakshinaha. Dexterous, capable, and is a Murti. Nirguna Brahma Swarupa. That Dakshina Murti, that Nirguna Brahma is given a form that is Dakshina Murti. Not a person sitting like that. It's Nirguna Ishvara presented in the form of Saguna Brahma, Saguna Ishvara. So Avyakta Murti it is. Bhagavan is Avyakta Murti. If it is Vyakta Murti, then Bhagavan cannot be all pervading. Now here in the Gita itself, Bhagavan many times he referred to himself as Ishvara. As Shariramana Sangata, the body, Vyakta Murti. The same Bhagavan Krishna is Vyakta Murti Ishvara. Avyakta Murti is Nirguna Brahma. If he is Saguna Brahma, he is adorable, worshipable in that form. Saguna Brahma is worshipable in that form. That is why he can do Avaganam in any Murti. Asmin Bimbe, Aridra Bimbe, Sumukam Mahaganapatim Avahayami. Small bound of this turmeric, you invoke the all-pervading Ishvara. Possible. Ishvara is all-pervading, and you invoke that. And Ishvara who is all-pervading. Nirgunam Brahma, when it is invoked in a particular image or particular bimba, particular murti, then becomes Saguna. That doesn't limit that all-pervading Ishvara. That way tatam vyaptam iti. So they're all Ishvara Swarupa. Avyakta Murti, tatam vyaptam, and Jagat Karanam Brahma. Jagat Karanam, but without undergoing change, I am the Jagat Vivartopadana Karanam, Aham Ishvaraha. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Aham Visrjami, because Bhagavan is the Karanam, Vivartopadana Karanam, therefore, Aham Visrjami. Kalpakshaye Punastani Kalpado Aham Visrjami. Aham Visrjami. I create. Bhagavan create Sarvabhutani Kaunte, all beings. All beings, what happened to the all beings? Sarvabhutani, Prakritim yanti. Mama prakritim. Bhagavan says, Mamikam prakritim. It is my prakriti. All the beings, they enter into the prakriti, Mamikam prakriti at the time of pralaya. Prakriti, Maya, the Trigunatmika prakriti, Maya, is apara prakriti. So Jiva at the time of pralaya enter into the apara prakriti. And Aham Brahma para prakriti. So Brahma is Paramarthika, Nirgunam Brahma. The same Brahma with Maya Upadhi becomes Sagunam Brahma, it is Vyavaharika. So Prakriti. So Aparam Prakriti. Because Apara Prakriti, therefore only Jivas are subject to return. If the Jiva enters the Para Prakriti, there is no entering into the Para Prakriti. Para Prakriti means knowledge. Apara Prakriti, there is there is entering and going and coming. Because it is samsara, that travel is involved. Jiva travels depending on the karma pala. Under Apara Prakriti only all the lokas come. The last chapter, we saw two marga, Dakshina Marga, Uttarayana. Dumo Ratri Sata Krishna Shanmasa Dakshinayanam. Similarly, Agni Jyoti Shanmasa Uttarayanam. So two margas, and through two margas, the Jivas travel Shukla Krishna Gati Hete Jagata Shashvate Mate Ekaya Yatyana Vrityam Aniya Vatate Punaha. Therefore, going and coming, they go. Abrahma Bhavana Loka Punaravartina Vartina. That is Apara Prakriti, Mamikam Prakriti, Madhyam Prakriti, Apara Prakriti, they go and come. Whereas Para Prakriti, there is no going and coming, there is no entering, there is no reaching, because it is oneself. It is Ishvara, there is knowledge. So this this Prakriti Purusha, this division. See, this Prakriti Purusha can see some similarity between Sankhya Darshanam and Vedanta Darshanam. Sankhya is a Dvaita Darshanam. For them, Purusha and Prakriti, two are real. And Vedanta, we also talk about Purusha and Prakriti. And Prakriti is Trigunatmika Maya, it is Jadam. It is Trigunatmika Maya, Jadam. For both Sankhyas as well as Vedanta, it is Jadam. And for Sankhya, Purusha is Chaitanya, Chaitanya Tattva. And for also Chaitanya Tattva. But what makes the difference between the two darshana is Prakriti doesn't exist independently. Whereas for Sankhya, it is real. They two are parallel entity, reality. Whereas for us, the Prakriti doesn't exist independent of Purusha. Maya is not apart from, cannot exist from, cannot be separated, cannot remain isolated from Ishvara. So therefore Maya, Brahma with Maya, with the support of this Prakriti is Upadhi, that alone is a cause for the Srishti. Therefore Prakriti evolves into the Srishti, blessed by Brahma, the Prakriti, the Maya. So Mamikam, that's what Bhagavan says, that Prakriti is not something different from me, it is my Prakriti. Mamikam, Agam Mayavi, and Prakriti is Mayinam, belongs to me. Madhyam Prakritim Yanti, my Prakriti. Prakriti Maya cannot exist apart from me. So my Prakriti Yanti, Tada Kalpakshaye. Punaf Punaha, again, this going and coming back happens. So at the time of Pralaya, they go back, Kalpado, Agam Visujami. So every Pralaya is followed by Srishti, therefore, really speaking, where is Pralaya, where is it? It is a cycle. So in the cycle, what is the beginning and what is the end? Pralaya followed by Srishti, Srishti followed by Pralaya, it goes on. Therefore, when did the Srishti start? We cannot ask. This is the first question which asked by generally by the seekers of truth. Why are we born? When did creation start? It is anadi. We cannot know the beginning of the creation. Anadi. Therefore, it is anantaha also. But from this, one can, but we can put a stop to this punarjanma punarvarana. That punaravriti can be stopped by jnanam. Therefore, this prakriti is anadi ananta. So Jiva born and kalpado, it is uppatti kale, it is agamisrajami. Kalpado again it goes namikam prakritim yanti. So it's a cycle goes on and on. An intelligent jiva can come out from this cycle and become free by jnanam, by understanding, by recognizing the nirguna brahma. So nirguna brahma, that is Ishvara Swarupa, knowing Ishvara Swarupa, not different from one's individual nature, one becomes free. So this prakriti, the next sloka, Bhagavan says, Ashakara says, avidya lakshanam prakriti. This prakriti is avidya lakshana. Avidya or maya all are same. So avidya lakshana, mula vidya. Mula vidya. What avidya is? Mula vidya. Mula vidya is, avidya is, doesn't exist really of its own. It has seeming existence. It has dependent existence, because of which only there is samsara. So avidya is really existent, then we have problem. Then you have to remove the really existing avidya. If you remove the really existing avidya, because it exists really, therefore it can come back. Because avidya it doesn't exist really, therefore only by knowledge it goes away. That is why when we give the meaning of the avidya, it is bhavartha abhavartha. It is kinchit bhavaha asti. It is not completely non-existent. If it is completely non-existent, then we will not be suffering. Similarly, if it is really existent, then there is no way of removing it. It has seeming existence. That is why avidya, prakriti, mula vidya, prakriti, and it has dependence on Brahma. So, therefore, this avidya is subject to negation. Avidya as ajnanam is subject to negation. Is this avidya, which is otherwise called maya, otherwise called prakriti, cannot exist of its own. It has dependent existence. Nasato vidyate bhavaha, na bhava vidyate sataha. So therefore, Bhagavan here he says, Mama Maya, before also is Mama Maya Duratya. So Mamikam Prakriti, my Prakriti, I am the master of Maya, I am Maya Abhi. Whereas for Jiva are under the sway of Maya, under the spell of Maya, whereas I am not. Therefore, being under the spell of Maya, therefore, Avasham Prakriter Vashat, Prakritehe Vashat. Prakriti is in my Vasha, whereas Jivas are under the Vasha of the Prakriti. The helplessly, avashaha, come under the spell of Prakriti, therefore, Bhuta Gramam, the entire group, Gramam, helplessly, Prakritehe Vashat, Punaha Agam Visrajami, I create out Prakritim Swam Avashtabhya, Prakritim, Swiyam Prakritim Avashtabhya, Vashikritya. So, therefore, Prakriti is under the control of Maya, under the control of Ishvara, therefore, Ishvara is Maya, whereas Jivas are poor Jiva or helplessly under the spell of Prakriti, therefore, punaha, again and again. Bhagavan says, I create. Now here, question comes. Bhuta Gramam, the entire group of Jivas, all the pranis, Bhuta Samudayam, Imam, I create. When we say create, then Bhagavan becomes the Karta. When Bhagavan becomes the Karta, Kartatvam is attributed to the Lord. When we say create, then Bhagavan becomes the Karta. When Bhagavan becomes the Karta, Kartatvam is attributed to the Lord. When Bhagavan is a karta, then he has to be a bhokta. Kartrutvam is that. That's what we say, that kartrutvam is bharita kartrutvam. Not really a karta. Agam visarjami is, it's bharita kartrutvam. That's what we say. Sankalpa matrena, sanidhya matrena. That is why maya adhyakshena prakritihi. Later Bhagavan says. Because here the doubt may arise. Agam visarjami, then the doubt may arise. If Bhagavan says Agam visarjami, doesn't he become the creator, the doership? Later Bhagavan says, presided over by me. Maya adhyakshena, my supervision. It means I'm neither the karta nor the bhokta. Chaturvarnya maya sishtam. Gunakarma vibhagashaha. Tasya kartaram apimam vidhi akartaram aviyam. Bhagavan says, vidhi akartaram. All the four chaturvarnya, the divisions were created by me. At the same time, he says, I'm not the author. It seems to be contradictory. It means they are created by me, at the same time not by me. It's bharita kartrutvam ityartaha. So here, this Bhuta Gramam, the entire group of jivas, pranis, Bhuta Gramam, Bhuta Samudayam, entire Krishnam, Samagram, Avasham, helplessly, asat, they are not Swatantra. Who can be Swatantra? Only an intelligent jiva, Jnani jiva is Swatantra, becomes free. And these jivas are under the spell of Maya, therefore therefore not Swatantraha, Swatantram. Therefore, they are avidyavantaha jivaha. Therefore, they are under the spell of Maya. Paravashi kritam avidya doshehi paravashi kritam Bhashyakara says. Because of the avidya, the doshehi, avidya, kama, karma, the doshehi, therefore, paravashi kritam Maya vasham. It is jivas, all the jivas. Whereas Bhagavan doesn't have avidya. If Bhagavan has avidya, then he cannot be Bhagavan. Therefore, Bhagavan is the Maya, master of Maya. So being under the influence of Maya, that is Avarana Shakti. Maya has twofold Shakti, Avarana Shakti and Vikshepa Shakti. The Tamoguna of Prakriti has twofold Shakti, Avarana Shakti and Vikshepa Shakti. So Avarana Shakti dilutes the Jiva and therefore Vikshepa, therefore Jiva is in Samsara. Therefore Paravashi Kritam, Avasham, Paravashi Kritam, Asatantram, all this Bhuta Gramam, Prakritehe Vashat, Prakritehe Vashat. Prakriti means it is, Prakriti is nothing but this Jiva's Punya Papa. Whatever Jiva, Punya Papa, Karma, the Jiva had done and gained, and its Vasanas. So that becomes the cause for the next janma. So that is a Prakriti. Not that Prakriti puts a Jiva by his wish, by her wish and whims. It is the karma of the individual. And also karma of the individual and varies from the karma of the people varies from individual to individual. Therefore, it is not the same lot for all the jivas. So therefore, because the jiva has the karma, sanchita karma, based on the karma, the jiva is under the command of Prakriti, under the Vasha of Prakriti, takes different janma. So it is jiva's karma alone is Jiva's karma alone is karma pala alone is given back by the Prakriti. Jiva is helpless. Having done karma, therefore it has to reap the results of karma. Karma done in so many janmas. Avidya vasanaya, aneka janma, as we do the Mahasankalpa in the karma. The Jiva has done so from the time when which time we don't know, Anadi Kala. At the beginning of time he has done karma, and therefore the yesterday vasana is there. And therefore, because of that, a jiva helplessly it comes and goes. So therefore, and Prakriti facilitates that. Prakriti, with the help of the blessing of Ishvara, facilitates the jiva for experiencing that karma pala. In fact, that is That is the visualization of the Jiva, that is Sankalpa of Ishvara. But that is the Sankalpa of Ishvara. Agam Visrjami, when we say, Bhagavan blesses, visualizes a certain Jagat for Jiva to experience the Karma Pala. Depending on the Karma, the Jagat is, the Srishti is created. So therefore, Agam Visrjami. So now here, Srishti Karta, Bhagavan is Srishti Karta. So Kartrutvam, Bhagavan is Karta. When Jiva is a Karta, Jiva is subject to Samsara. When Bhagavan is Karta, Bhagavan is not subject to Samsara. Is there a partiality? That's what we said. It is not really the Kartrutvam, it is Bhadita Kartrutvam. Generally, general rule is Yatra Yatra Kartrutvam, Tatra Tatra Punya Papa Bhoktrutvam. Yaha Karta Bhavati, Saka Bhokta Bhavati. Therefore, Bhokta means Samsari. But Jiva is not, but Ishvara is not a samsari, whereas Jiva is a samsari. So there is a difference between Jiva and Ishvara. So this doubt may arise. That is why in the very next shloka Bhagavan says, Achamam tani karmani nibadranti, because Aham Visrjami, I create creation as a karma, which therefore being karma, therefore karma pala will be there. Then Bhagavan says, Na tani karmani mag na nibadranti. Those karma do not bind me. In fact, in the previous chapters, Bhagavan had said, Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha. Ahankara vibodhatma karta aham karta iti manyate. So it is Prakrite kriyamanani. Prakriti gunas only does karma. But this Ahankara, vibodhatma, this person who is vimodaha, is Visheshana mudaha, he takes himself to be karta, therefore he samsara, he suffers. In contrast, Tattvavitu Mahavaho, Gunakarma Vibhagayo, Vibhagashaha. Guna Guneshu Vartante iti matva na sajjate. That is the knower of the truth. The knower of the truth. Gunaha Guneshu Vartante. Gunas interact with Gunas. Indriyas interact with Indriya Vishaya. Iti matva, clearly knowing this, therefore is not bound. Tattvavitu. And we saw in the last class, Karmanya Karmaya Pashyata Karmanya Karmaya Buddhiman, Saka Buddhiman, Manusheshu, Saka Krishna Karma Krite. Is Karmani Akarmaya Pashyati, Jnani, Akarmani cha Karmaya. Naiva Kinchit Karomiti, Uttamani Tattavit. Even though he does all the karma, Pashin, Shunban, Prasan, Jigran, but Agam, Kinchitana Karomi, iti. When it is the Lord of the Jnani Jiva, then how can Ishvara be subjected to samsara? So therefore, Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, which happens in the presence of Ishvara by my blessing. So therefore, Agam Visarjami, it means not that Ishvara is the Karta like the Jiva, Alpa Jiva, Samsara Jiva. The Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Karma, it is of the Prakriti, and I bless them. As Nirguna Brahma, as Chaitanya, as Ishvara, I bless them. Therefore, it's a figurative expression. Aham Visarjami. By my blessing, by my presence, the Srishti, the creation happens. So not I do it. So Visarjami. So Visarjami, Aham Ishvara, Chaitanyam Atma. How can it do the creation? How can it do karma? Atma doesn't have karma. Whether it's Jivatma or Paramatma. Chaitanyam, there is no Kartrutvam in Chaitanyam. Therefore, how can it do karma? Therefore, Visrujami, when we say it is by the blessing of Ishvara, by the blessing of me, the Prakriti creates. So Bhagavan Figurative says, I am the creator. In the presence of me, Prakriti creates. Like in the presence of the light, the light, the action happens. So the light being there, sunlight being there, when it is focused through a magnifying lens, it burns the paper. Then who burns the paper? Who burned the paper? It is sunlight alone. It is sunlight which burned the paper. But if you ask the sunlight, no, I'm not. Sunlight being unique, it is present all over. But when it is focused to the lens, it burned the paper. So can we say sunlight is the karta of burning the paper? Figuratively, we can say it is sunlight which burned the paper. Similarly, it is fire which burned my finger. Fire doesn't voluntarily come and burn. You insert your finger into the fire, and therefore fire burns. But we say fire burned. Poor fire is attributed the action of the burning. Fire doesn't deliberately come and burn anyone. When a person subject himself to the fire, comes under the vicinity of the fire, he feels the heat, and therefore is burnt. So similarly here also, this is figurative, not real. That's why Bhagavan says in second line, Udasinavata asinam. Udasinavata. That is, I create, at the same time I don't create. Udasina. I am indifferent, not involved. Tasya kartaramapi vidya akartaramapi immerse. Bhagavan said before, from akarta iti. I am the karta, I'm not, and at the same time not the karta. It means when when things are contradictory, when two things contradict each other, agam karta at the same time I'm not a karta means that it is figurative kartrutvam, not real kartrutvam. Kartrutvam is adhyastha on Ishvara. It is because of, because in association with the Prakriti, because of its association, and association itself is not real. How can association? So that itself is adhyastha. So therefore, there is no kartrutvam. The kartrutvam attributed to Ishvara, that is vyavaharika. When paramarthika, where is kartrutvam? That way we say it is figurative, it's not real. So therefore, kartrutva abhimanam, kartrutva abhavat, abhimana abhavat. Therefore, udasinavat asinam. Given like a person who is indifferent, udasina. Therefore, I am udasinavat asinam. I remain like a person who is indifferent. But between a person who is indifferent and between the person who is a vice and the vice person, there is a lot of difference. The vice person also indifferent, and an ajnani also indifferent. Ajnani also indifferent, and vice person also indifferent. But there is a difference between, because the person is indifferent, doesn't have abhimana for karma. Karma abhimanam nasti. Karma abhimanam nasti. But what about what about the jnani? Jnani doing karma, karma abhimanam nasti. Whereas ajnani doesn't do karma, therefore no karma abhimanam. When the person doesn't do karma, ajnani, therefore karma abhimanam nasti. Whereas jnani doing karma doesn't have karma abhimanam. Therefore there's a lot of difference. In spite of doing, jnani could say, I'm not doing. Whereas ajnani would say, I'm not doing, therefore I'm not doing. Karma abhimanam nasti. I don't do, therefore I'm not doing. Whereas jnani, I'm doing at the same time, I'm not doing. Jnani does, and kartrutva abhimanam nasti. Ajnani doesn't do a particular karma, therefore the kartrutvam with regard to the particular karma not there. Whereas jnani does, and kartrutva abhimanam nasti. Therefore, that is the example. Udasinavat, like an ajnani who doesn't do anything, who just remains indifferent, not involved in any action. Asaktam, teshu karmasu, with regard to the karma. Karmasu here, the srishti karma. Srishti, sati, laya, ityadi, the karma. So therefore, tani karmani na nibadranti. The karma, that srishti, sati, laya, karma, do not bind me, na nibadranti. Therefore, there is no punyam, there is no papam for Ishvara. Udasinavata aham asinam asinaha. Udasinaha, completely indifferent, not interested. Disinterested person. Asaktam, teshu karmasu. Asaktam pala asangaragitam, Bhashikara says. Palasangaragitam, free from the anxiety. Bhoktrutva bhavaha ityartaha. Asaktam is Bhoktrutva bhavaha. When a person is a karta, the person is a karta because he wants to enjoy the result, therefore karta. So, when we say Abhimana Varjitam, the last class also we saw the Bhashya, Abhimana Varjitam, it means Kartrutva Abhimana Varjitam. When Kartrutva Abhimana not there. Palasangaragitam, Bhoktrutvam also not there. Yaha Karta Bhavati, Saga Bhokta Bhavati. Kartrutva Abhimana must be it, Palasanga will be there. When Kartrutva Abhimanam not there, where is Palasanga? Therefore Asaktam. So Asaktam means with regard to the Kartrutvam and Bhoktrutvam, Asaktam, absence of both. Neither Kartrutvam nor Bhoktrutvam. So therefore, Abhimana Varjitam San Aham Karomi. I engage in action without Abhimana of the Srishtikarta, Layakarta, Sthitikarta. Therefore, Tani Karmani Mam Na Nibadranti. Therefore, Maya Adhyakshena Prakritihi. We saw the last class. So, Maya Adhyakshena. Adhyaksha means president. Maya Adhyaksha. Presided over by me. So, I'm not doing anything. So, but just my presence, the presence of me, the para prakriti, this apara prakriti, the mithya prakriti, maya prakriti, sujate, creates, sacharam acharam, chara, achara, chara charena saga vartate, this jagat, this entire jagat, chara and achara, chara suyate, it is my sanidhya, by my presence, the prakriti creates this jagat. Not only that, Hetu Nanayana Kaunteya Jagat Viparivartanam, Jagat functioning of the Jagat. Functioning of the Jagat happens Hetu Nanayana, Anayana Hetuna, that is Maya Adhyakshena, because of my Adhyaksha means Sanidhyam Ityartaha. The blessing of my presence is a blessing. Just by mere presence, this Jagat Viparivartate, Shushti Siti Laya, the change happens in the Jagat, the Prakriti. As we saw before, Matstani Sarva Bhutani, Nachamastani Bhutani. Similarly here, the karma also, all the karma, Matstani Sarva Karmani, Nachamastani Sarva Karmani. All these karma, Srishti Kartratvam, Sthiti Kartratvam, and Laya Kartratvam is superimposed on me, but I am not the doer. Because all these are Adhyastha on me. All the karmas are me, but I am not in all the karma, I don't do the karma. Therefore, Mithya. So, Aham Satya, and everything is Mithya. So I am the Adhishtanam. All the karmas are in me, but I am not. In fact, all the karmas are not in me. Nachamastani karmani. First we say Mastani Sarva Karmani, then we say Nachamastani Karmani. Karmas are not there because they are Mithya. How can they be in me? First it is said, all the karma, Vyavaharika. The Vyavaharika is, as is Adhishtana in Paramarthika, Satya, Adhishtana, that is me. That is not Vyavaharika because it is not real. It is Mithya. Mithya is not counted. Mithya is not countable. It is not a thing which makes difference in counting. It's not 1 plus 1. It is 1 plus 0. 0 means not non-existent. It existence, but at the same time, not completely, absolutely existent. It has dependent existence. Therefore, it is as good as non-existent. As good as non-existence means not non-existent. If it is a non-existent, we have a problem. If it is a non-existent, then there is no samsara. There should not be any samsara. Then you should not work for moksha. Moksha is itself become meaningless. It is as good as non-existent. It means it doesn't enjoy the same status as that of Satyam. Therefore, Achamastani Samakarmani. I don't have any karma. Therefore, Kartrutvam Nasti, Bhoktrutvam Nasti. Therefore, just my Adhyakshena, Drishti Matra Swarupena, okay, the Bhashakara says, Drishi Matra. Drishi means vision. I mean, this Drish Dhatu, from that we get Drishi. Drishi means Chaitanyam. Because of the presence of me, who is me? This all pervading Chaitanyam. When you say all pervading, therefore it is not Saguna, doesn't have hands, doesn't have any other limbs. So for Ashabdam, Asparasham, Arupam, Abhyam, it is. So, Ita Adresham, Agragam, Agotram, Avarnam, Achakshush, Sotram, Apanipadam. So therefore, Atma, Chaitanyam, is not subject to any change. That is Avikriya, Atma, Nirvikara, Brahma, Chaitanyam. That is Aham. But Aham is the bigger Aham, not Aham is limited. This Aham without any without any attributes. It's pure Shuddha Aham, Sachit Ananda Brahma. By the blessings of it, this Maya, does the Prakriti, does the Srishti. And the Srishti happens in keeping with the Karma Pala of the Jiva. So that is what we say, the visualization, Sankalpa of Brahma. Sankalpa of Brahma. Ishvara Sankalpa, we say, even in our Lokika, we say, whatever it is, Ishvara Sankalpa, whatever Ishvara Sankalpa, let it happen. Means our own karma only. It has to fructify. That is the order. And that Ishvara, by the blessing of Ishvara, Ishvara Sankalpa, the Srishti is created, projected. Therefore, Sakshi Rupena, I bless them as Sakshi. So, therefore, this Maya is as Mithya, it has Vyavaharika Sato, Vyavaharika Satyam, whereas I am Paramarthika, because Paramarthika, therefore, there is no Kartrutvam. Therefore, Mama Maya, when we say Maya, Mai Adhyastha Maya, Maya is superimposed on me, the Trigunatmika Maya. This Avidya, Lakshana, Prakriti, Maya, Suyati, Utpadayati, this Sachara, Acharam, Sacharacharam, Jagat, this Sacharacharam, Jagat is Chara, Achara, Chara, Chetana, Achara, Achetana. So both Chetana, Achetana. Chetana, Achetana, Chetana Prapancha, Achetana. If it is, how can it be Chetanam, Achetanam? See, the Chetana, Achetana is living beings and non-living beings, Jada. Among the Chetana also, if take for example the human being, the body is Achetana only. Because Chaitanya manifests through the Upadhi, therefore the body is Chetana. Whereas a mountain, it is Achetana. Therefore, it is only Achetana. We say Sachara, Sacharacharam, Chetana and Achetana. Chetana Prapancha is nothing but Jada only, Achetana. So Chetanatvam is because of the Chaitanya. Chaitanya manifesting through the Jada. In the Shariram, the Chaitanya manifests through the Upadhi. Therefore, human being, therefore becomes a sentient being, a living being. Living beings and non-living beings, Jada. In fact, it is Jadam only. So the Chaitanya is not created. The Chaitanya manifests to the Upadhi, then that we call living, sentient beings. When there is inhibition in the manifestation of the Chaitanya, then we call them as Jada, insentient. So, Sacharacharam Suyate Aham Etunanena by the Nimitta is same Nimitta Anena Hetune. What is the same Nimitta? Adhyakshit. Mama Adhyakshit. This entire Jagat, moving and non-moving, Vyakta and Abhyakta, is created. Iti Jagat Viparivartate, also Jagat undergoes changes. Srishti, Siti, Laya, Ityadi, changes. With the presence of me, by the blessings of me, it happens. So therefore, Ishvara is ever akarta. Kartrutvam attributed to Ishvara is Mithya Kartrutvam. As it is for the Jnani, similarly for the Ishvara also. Then the next shloka, Avajananti Vamuda. There Bhagavan says that Mama Swarupa is Paraprakriti, Aparaprakriti. So knowing my Aparaprakriti, you will not get moksha. Aparaprakriti. Aparaprakriti is Saguna Brahma. Saguna Brahma, Upasana, Ityadi. Upasana is done. Upasana is done on Saguna Brahma meditation or the Saguna Brahma Upasana. That purifies the mind, that gives Chitta Naischalya, but moksha is not possible. But the knowledge of Aparaprakriti and knowledge of Paraprakriti and knowledge of Aparaprakriti, both are required. In fact, Paraprakriti, the knowledge of Paraprakriti frees a person. The knowledge of Aparaprakriti implies the knowledge of Paraprakriti. Therefore, knowing Paraprakriti, a person becomes free. But the person is stuck to Aparaprakriti, Saguna Brahma Ishvara, Saguna Ishvara. Then Saguna Brahma Ishvara, Saguna Ishvara cannot see a person. Saguna Ishvara, Saguna Brahma, Saguna Ishvara means Saguna Brahma, the Ishvara who is given a form, who is meditated with some forms. That blesses the jiva with whatever he asks for, whatever is sankalpa. But moksha is only through jnanam, moksha only through knowing the swarupa of me, that is nirguna. Aham nirguna brahma iti. Nirguna Ishvara jnanam alone can give moksha. So therefore, seeing me as the person, Bhagavan says here, seeing me as a person embodied in this with the Sharira Manasangata, Tanum Ashitam, Manushim Tanum Ashitam, people ignore me, not knowing my Swarupa, Nirguna Brahma, not knowing my Nirguna nature. Not knowing my Nirguna nature, Avajananti Ma Mudaha. Mudaha is Avivekinaha. Mudaha Avivekinaha, not able to distinguish Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma. Saguna Brahma Jnanam cannot end samsara. Nirguna Brahma Jnanam is moksha. So therefore, Avajananti means they ignore me. Avagyam kurvanti. Paribhavam kurvanti. Paribhava, avagya kurvanti. They ignore me. How? Because they look upon me as Manushim Tanum Ashutam, look upon me as a person and a being, an ordinary person, human being, endowed with this body, mind, senses. So Manushya Sambandhinim, Deham, Agamiti, people, they ignore me. Bhagavan says, people ignore me, considering me as Saguna Brahma. So if you take Bhagavan, Krishna to be a Saguna Brahma, Bhagavan says you are ignoring me. So if you take me as Saguna Brahma, that is as Brahma with these attributes, this Sharira Manasangata, the human form, then you are ignoring me. That cannot be the cause for your moksha. You are samsari. You continue to be samsari. Ignoring means you continue to be samsari. When you look upon me as Saguna Brahma, you are ignoring me. That is, you will not get moksha. Because knowing the truth only, the person can become free. The Swarupa of Saguna Brahma, that means one should not stop with Saguna Brahma. The process of growing, as far as sadhaka, Saguna Brahma Dhyanam is important. But if one stucks at Saguna Brahma Dhyana Upasana, then there is no scope for moksha. So one has to grow to be that person who recognizes the Nirguna Brahma. Because Nirguna Brahma Jnanam, Ishvara Jnanam is moksha karanam bhavati. Sagunam, when we say, it is Paraprakriti. Lord Krishna with his Manushya Rupa, it is Apara Prakriti, not Para Prakriti. How can Para Prakriti can give moksha? Apara Prakriti perpetuates samsara. Saguna Brahma Jnanam is blesses a jiva with whatever the jiva asks for. Whereas Nirguna Brahma Dhyanam is the cause for moksha. Therefore, Avivekinaha, Mudaha, they think who are ignorant of my nature. Therefore, Manashim Tanum Dekam Ashitam. They are ignorant of my nature. They see me as an avatara. Avatar means they stuck to my form. So therefore, Manushim, they think that me to be a Manushya, a being, a human being, a being endowed with the Deha Ashitam, resorting to this Deha. So therefore, like any other jiva, therefore, as a Lord, he is like any other jiva, he has taken Janma. The Lord taking Janma. So therefore, it is Avagyam Kurvanti, it is an Avagyam, it is an insult. Bhagavan says, they look down upon me by considering me as Saguna Brahma. Because I have a Para Prakriti, the nature which is superior, Ajanantaha, not knowing that. Not knowing my Para Prakriti, Mama Parambhavam, Ajanantaha, Parambhavam, Mama Parambhavam is Param Para Prakriti. Para Prakriti, Parambhavam, Ajanantaha, not knowing. In fact, in the 7th chapter, we saw Tribir Gunamayir Bhavehi, Ebis Sarvam Idam Jagat, Mogitam Nabijanati, Mam Ebhyaha Param Avyayam. In the 7th chapter, 13th shloka, we saw Tribihi Gunamayehi Bhavehi, the three gunas, Idam Sarvam Jagat Bhavehi, Mogitam, deluded, Na Abhijanati. Being deluded, therefore they don't know me, Mam. That is, they don't know me, who is Param Avyayam. That is, who in Param Avyayam is Para Prakriti. Para Prakriti, being deluded by Maya, they don't know. They don't understand me. Therefore, Ajanantaha, not knowing this, not knowing Aham Nirguna Ishvaraha iti. Therefore, this Aparoksha Jnanam of Nirguna Brahma Ishvara is moksha. Aparoksha Jnanam is later. At least Paroksha Jnanam of Nirguna Ishvara is important. So that if Paroksha Jnanam of Nirguna Ishvara is there, at least when one will work for that Nirguna, that Paroksha Nirguna is Aparoksha, Nitya Aparoksha, it is myself. So if Paroksha Jnana is there, that will make a person a Jignasu. He will be a seeker of knowledge. Then later it is discovered that to be Ahamiti, then become a Jnani. So it's a stage. So Jignasu to Jnani. Jignasu is one who recognizes, who appreciates it, the Nirguna Brahma Ishvara, but doesn't know that as himself. But at least the Paroksha Jnana of Nirguna Ishvara is important. Not knowing that Ajanantaha Mama Bhutam Maheshwaram. Ajanantaha Mama Bhutam Maheshwaram, my superior nature. So therefore these jivas are deluded. Avivekinaha jivaha deluded. Avidyaya mantre vartamanaha Swayam dhiraha panditam manyamanaha jinganyamanaha pariyanti mudaha andenaiva niyamanaha yatandaha. In Kathopanishad, Mundakopanishad was the same mantra. Mudaha, Bhashakara says Varakaha iti, Nichaha, unfortunate people, because they are stuck in Saguna Brahma. Therefore, Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram, Mama Param Bhavam, Avajananti. Ajanantaha, not knowing Mama Param Bhavam, therefore Mudaha, Manashim Tanam Ashitam, Mam Avajananti. Not knowing my higher nature, therefore they insult me, they ignore me by taking me to be a person endowed as a being endowed with this body. So therefore, they make me to they consider me to be an avatara. Avatara is fine, but stuck to that avatara, that rupam, that form, that will not give moksha. Knowing that the Nirguna Brahma Ishvara, knowing the Nirguna Brahma Ishvara, first to start with Paroksha, that Nirguna Brahma Ishvara Hasti, later that Ishvara Jagtanam Brahma, Nirgunam Brahma, Ahamasmi, that is moksha. But they are stuck at the level of Saguna Brahma itself, at the level of Upasana itself. They are good people, but they are Mudaha, not able to distinguish the Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma. Saguna Brahma cannot give moksha. Nirguna Brahma, Jnanam alone gives moksha. They don't know this. Therefore, they are stuck with my form, my Swarupa. So, therefore, they say Upasana is good. Upasana, all the karma, for a sadhaka to start with, it's good. But if one when it gets stuck there, then one will not be able to get moksha. Therefore, one has to, at one point of time in life, has to give up that also. That is sannyasa. What does a sannyasi do? What does he give up? The karma, upasana, he may be having, having some Ishta Devata, would have done puja, etc. Everything is given up. That is a tyaga. It is a bigger tyaga. That tyaga, that is in terms of knowledge. Understands that the Devata, the Ishta Devata, whom I have worshipped all through these years, is myself. So, Ishta Devata will not get angry because Bhagavan himself says, Jnani tu Atma eva mematam. How can that Ishta Devata, Paradevata will get angry? In fact, by the blessings of the Devata alone, the Jiva is now released from samsara by the knowledge of Nirguna Brahma. So, Nirguna Brahma Jnanam, that Aproksha Jnanam, Aproksha Nirguna Brahma Jnanam, that is the cause for moksha. And Paroksha Nirguna Brahma Jnanam, to start with, that will make a person, that will make a jigyasu. That's why jigyasu is a bhakta. That will make a jigyasu work for Aparoksha Nirguna Brahma Ishvara. But this Mudaha, Avivekinaha, who are stuck with karma and upasana, they don't recognize the Nirguna Brahma Ishvara, therefore they take me to be a Saguna Brahma, and therefore Ajanantaha, not knowing my Swarupa, Mama Paraprakriti, my nature, therefore they ignore me. They ignore my Paraprakriti. They are content, happy with my Aparaprakriti. But the unfortunate thing is Aparaprakriti cannot liberate the person, cannot give what they really ask for. So, therefore, in the name of bhakti, the person is stuck in upasana or puja. That becomes an obstacle for the person. Therefore, one has to grow to give up that also at some time, not now, because there are all these stepping stones. There are all the sadhana required for a sadhaka to move forward in the spiritual life. So they're all very useful sadhana, but one should not get stuck with the sadhana. Sadhya is important. Sadhanas are the means meant for reaching the end. Forgetting the end, holding to the means doesn't serve the purpose. Doesn't make a jiva free from samsara. Even if the jiva is an intense devotee of some devata, of course he is blessed, but he cannot be free from samsara. Because the samsara nivritti only by jnanam, nirguna brahma jnanam. So therefore he will continue to be born as a jiva, maybe a exalted jiva or whatever it is. It continues. Therefore, there is no nivritti from samsara unless jiva elevates himself to the level of appreciating the nirguna brahma Ishvara. That is himself, oneself. So that is the meaning. Then the next shloka, Mokasha, we will see in the next class. So we'll stop here. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಶರಣ್ಜಿ.